YUNZII AL80 versus AULA F75 Pro. And the real question is whether the aluminum case and the little screen on the pricier one actually change anything once you're typing every day. Both promise that creamy, thocky sound out of the box, but people often complain about flaky Bluetooth on the cheaper one, and paying more for a knob and a screen you barely touch isn't smart either. By the end, you'll know which one fits your desk. Let's break it down. So let's start with the thing you'll notice within 10 seconds of typing, which is how each one sounds and feels under your fingers. Both of these arrive pre-lubed and gasket mounted, and both genuinely sound creamy out of the box without you touching a thing. The AL80 with the cocoa cream switches has that deeper, poppier tone, and the spacebar in particular sounds fantastic. But the aluminum case works against it a little here, because the sound is a bit louder and higher pitched than what you'd get from a plastic board, and the typing feel is on the firm side. The gasket is stiff, so if you're chasing that soft, bouncy flex, this one won't give it to you. The F75 Pro, on the other hand, goes softer. 5 layers of foam, a silicone base, and per key slotting on the board mean it lands thocky and muted instead of clacky. And buyers keep saying it needs 0 mods. There's one owner of the F75 Pro who put it well. The build is solid with almost no flex, and the gasket mount makes it comfortable to type on for hours. The stock switches sound great right away, so I never bothered modding anything. For softness and comfort, the F75 Pro is the more pleasant board. For character and that deeper pop, the AL80 has the edge. That's the feel. The case underneath is a different story. The AL80 is CNC aluminum, cold to the touch, with a mirrored weight on the back, and it's over 3 pounds. It doesn't move, it doesn't flex, it looks expensive. The catch is portability, because if you're hauling a board between a dorm and a desk, 3 pounds gets old fast. The F75 Pro is plastic, and while owners consistently call it heavy and sturdy for what it is, it's not in the same league on materials. Its real weak spot is quality control. Most units are fine, but reports of double presses and spacebar issues come up often enough that you want to buy somewhere. Returns are easy. Build is one thing, but a wireless board lives or dies on whether it connects. And here's the biggest gap in this whole comparison. The AL80 runs tri-mode with a 6,000 mAh battery, and people using it daily report no noticeable lag on either the dongle or Bluetooth. The F75 Pro has a smaller 4,000 mAh battery, and its Bluetooth is a known problem. Key spam, input lag, dropped connections. It shows up too often to be bad luck. On the dongle or wired, it's solid. On Bluetooth, I wouldn't count on it. Battery is the same shape of story, because AULA rates it at up to 266 hours with the lighting off, but only around 17.5 hours with RGB running. If you want a cable-free RGB setup, that's a charge every couple of days. Software is where both of these get humbled. The AL80 advertises QMK and VIA, but VIA support isn't complete, and the little program for the screen feels rough and poorly translated. The F75 Pro's driver is worse, clunky, and inconsistent enough that most owners just use the keyboard shortcuts instead. If deep macro and lighting work is your priority, neither one is the answer, though the AL80 gets you closer. On layout, both are 75% with a knob, so you keep arrows and function keys and free up desk space. The AL80 screen shows time, battery, connection, even GIFs, but it sits at an awkward angle and you'll move your head to read it. The F75 Pro's knob is handy, though some owners hit it by accident reaching for backspace. Lighting is bright on both, with south-facing LEDs on the AL80 and north-facing on the F75 Pro. The AL80's real problem is the keycaps aren't shine-through by default, so the RGB just glows around them. The F75 Pro uses side-printed legends, which look cool and are readable lit up, but if you don't touch type, you'll struggle in the dark. Which brings us to what all this costs. The AL80 is quite a bit more expensive, and that money buys the aluminum case, the bigger battery, the screen, and the more dependable wireless. The F75 Pro gives you the gasket mount, hot swap, PBT caps, tri-mode, and a knob for a lot less, with the softer typing feel thrown in. But you're accepting plastic, a shakier Bluetooth, and some QC risk. Here's the call. For most people watching this, I'd take the AULA F75 Pro because it nails the part you touch all day with that softer, muted typing feel, and it costs meaningfully less while still giving you hot swap, PBT caps, and the knob. That said, if you want a board that feels like a machined object on your desk and never worry about the wireless link, the YUNZII is the one. And it's also what I'd tell you to buy if Bluetooth is your main connection, since the cheaper board gets unreliable there. Just know the aluminum one is a weightlifting session to carry anywhere, so students moving between places should think twice. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Links below in the description.